The point about the grammar, I must tell the audience this one though. This week, a man wrote to me and said, grammar, he said, Anthony, grammar don't count. So I took the opportunity of pointing out that his English needed a bit of improvement. So he wrote, oh sorry, grammar do not count. Actually, grammar doesn't count. But there are a lot of people out there, may I say this, who are arguing theology, who can't write a sentence in English. It doesn't help. Now, I'm not blaming anybody, but you might want to get a little education so that you can write grammatical English before you tangle with some of these biblical questions. That John said, test the spirits, in 1 John 4, verse 1, test the spirits, test the minds of the people who are hearing, to see what's in their heart about who Jesus is. And then he says, everybody who does not confess, publicly proclaim, or state his belief in Jesus Christ coming en sarki, in the flesh, that's to say, as a human being. If you don't confess a fully human being, I just read to you that the authorities out here say he was man but not a man. Alright, John says, if you don't confess a fully human Jesus Christ, you're the spirit of Antichrist. He warned in 1 John 2:18 that the ultimate Antichrist is still coming. But the spirit of Antichrist is at work. And then he says in verse 3 of that same chapter, and it's missing in your translation, he says, anybody who doesn't believe in that Jesus, not just anybody who doesn't believe in Jesus, but anybody who doesn't believe in that Jesus, the one I've just described as coming in flesh. There's an article there which is noticed by the grammarians, but isn't in your translation yet. So anybody who doesn't believe in that Jesus, the fully human Jesus, is Antichrist. So it's a question not only of just confessing that Jesus came, much more than that, it's confessing one Jesus as distinct from another Jesus, which is exactly Paul's point in 2 Corinthians 11. Watch out, there are false Jesuses around, false gospels around, and John is making the same point. Anybody who doesn't believe in that Jesus, T-H-A-T, that particular Jesus, he's making the point that it's a particular Jesus you must believe in. 1 John 4. He repeats the same point in 2 John 7, but it's the same point again. So, knowing who Jesus is, no wonder then Jesus said, who do you say that I am? Let's get this clear. Are you clear? He didn't say, are you not, are you living the good life? Are you not getting drunk? He could have said all that stuff as well. But I want to know, who do you think that I am? You're the Messiah, the Son of the living God. That's got to be in place, otherwise your whole effort to serve God is vitiated and spoiled. 1 Timothy 2:5, isn't that beautiful? It's so easy. There's one God and one mediator between God and man, the man, Messiah Jesus. That is so easy. It wasn't meant to be a brain-breaking effort, struggle, much less killing, excommunicating people. So little children, keep yourself from idols. 1 John 5:20, the last word of John's epistle. Little children, keep yourself away from false ideas of God and Jesus, because that's going to do you in eventually. Stay away from the idols.